Hi, friends. This week, it's time for another Create This Book episode. If you don't know what Create This Book is, well, I have a whole playlist of episodes, so you can go check that out. Also, I'm filming this intro after the rest of the video, and let me just warn you, this is definitely the most odd episode I've ever done. I don't even know how to describe it, but let's just get into it. The first page I'm going to work on says Create Doodles. Fill this entire page with mindless doodles. I picked this page because it's simple. Well, it should be simple. I really want to finish this book. I have 2 other Create This books, and I really want to work on them. But my brain says that I have to go in order, so I've been desperately trying to finish this book. But I've done all of the pages that I immediately had ideas for, and now I'm down to the pages that I really need to scrape the bottom of my imagination for. So it's taken me longer. So that's why I chose this page as a nice warm-up. It's mindless, just do it. Except I am not a mindless person at all. I'm mind overfilled at all times. So I started by drawing the first thing that popped into my head, which was a cactus for some reason. Then the needles on the cactus made me think of a needle, and then that made me think of a bow, etc., etc. Sometimes whatever space I was trying to fill gave me an idea, like a carrot. Eventually, my brain refused to randomly produce images, so I just started drawing random things around me, like a paint tube and a stapler and a butterfly from a pencil bag that's nearby. Also, I was trying to avoid having to pull up references in case that slowed down the flow that I thought that I would have, so I stuck to things that I was pretty sure I could draw on my own. Notice how I continually make simple things more complicated for no reason? Either way, I finally got these pages filled with the most random assortment of doodles. Then I outlined all of them with a fine liner so that you can actually see what we're working with. I also might have pulled up a few references and fixed the especially goofy looking doodles. Then I'm going to color them all in using colored pencils. I would have preferred markers, but the page behind this one is already done, and I didn't want to ruin it with marker bleeding through. Like I mentioned earlier, I chose this page as a sort of warm-up because for me, the hardest part of any art project is just getting started. The first strokes of my pencil for the sketch seem to be the biggest hump to get over. Once I just do it and get started, it's generally easier from there. This simple warm-up has not been simple, and those wonky lines on that rainbow are driving me crazy. But we're just gonna keep moving. I will say that is one of the things that I count as a positive for me when it comes to posting my art on the internet. It would be really easy to get frustrated when something isn't going how I wanted and abandon a project or start completely over, but since I do try to post every week, I need to keep on going. I don't have time to start over, and posting an incomplete project just wouldn't be any fun. So I'm forced, by my own self, to keep going, and it sort of desensitizes my brain to the frustration. Ooh, that was way too much rambling. Back to the actual art. So obviously I'm coloring these in, and there is a sort of method to the madness. I'm trying to balance the pages color-wise. It truly is an insane assortment of objects, so color is the only thing that's going to make it at all look intentional. This page actually reminds me of those I Spy books. You know, the ones where it's just pictures of a bunch of little toys, basically, and you have to try to find the one specific little toy? Anyway, after I had all of the colors down, I did go back over everything, adding in some simple shadows and blending the pencils with a colorless blender. Then I added some nice juicy white highlights. Then I'm gonna color in the page title because it's getting kind of lost. And now this page is done. We have a rainbow, a pencil, a mug, a jump rope, a stapler, a paint tube, a bowling ball, a butterfly, a blueberry, and a chocolate chip cookie. On the other page, there's a balloon, a carrot, a heart, a star, a cactus, a needle, a bow, a kite, and a leafy vine thingy. Okay, so the next page that I'm going to do says create without thinking. Do something to this page without thinking. Do it quickly. Do not plan. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some paper in here because I don't know what medium I'm going to use. So we're going to need to protect that paper. Alright, what should I do? Alcohol markers, paint markers, colored pencil, watercolor. This is not creating quickly. This is slowly. I'm going to use paint markers because they're sitting right here. Alright, so my goal is I just got to keep it moving. Keep it moving. So let's just dump markers out here. And I'm going to start with this color. I like this color. How about this? Okay, keep moving, keep moving. I feel like these two colors go really good together. I'm going to spare you the rest of my decision-making process because it was mostly me struggling to make a quick decision. Now, for a while, I was mostly just doing that thing that you do when you're a kid where you just scribble all over and then color it in. I was doing this in the hopes that something would just come to me, quickly. Nothing was coming though, and I needed to keep working, so I started adding patterns to the different sections. I'm just gonna keep going until some sort of idea comes to me. Ooh, this was really outside of my comfort zone. I am a thinker, a planner. I am not spontaneous. I need to anticipate and worry. That is my safe space. Luckily, I was saved by a dinner break, where I absolutely did not think about this at all. No, I sure didn't. Do not accuse me of that. Either way, I didn't really come up with anything, so back to not knowing what to do. I decided to change up the line color just a smidge on some of the areas. And finally, inspiration. I see a dinosaur. Do you see him? I reinforced the line and gave him a tail and then some spikes down his back. I colored in this little section on his head, and then since I felt like he really didn't stick out enough, I outlined the whole thing in black and gave him a face. Now, I still felt like it looked a little strange with some extra patches around him, so I decided to cover all of that up with some stripes. Once the dinosaur popped out to me, this whole design actually did go really quickly. I just had to wait for an idea to appear. I never had any doubt. Once all of the stripes were done, I went back over the black line again to sharpen it up and make it a little thicker. He's so cute! Now, with that done, I already know what to do with this other page. I'm going to use a purple to outline what I already see, which is a snail. Do you see him? How about if I add black? Now do you see him? Now, to get rid of the background, I decided to just make some lumpy, pastel, cloudy sort of shapes. I'm not really trying to completely wipe out all of the paint underneath, I'm just trying to make it less obvious. Now, this page is done. I actually really love this spread. It's definitely not anything that I would have ever come up with on my own, and it definitely was a process I was not that comfortable with, but it came out so cool looking. Alright, so the last page I'm going to do says create chaos. Figure out a way to make this page appear chaotic, jumbled, messy, disorderly. I actually immediately had an idea what I wanted to do with this page, but I'm not quite sure how to do it. Like, I don't know what the order of operations is. So I want to make a bunch of ribbons that are all tangled, but I want them all sort of woven over and under and all around. So I can't just like draw one ribbon and then draw another, because then the first one will always be on the bottom and the last one will always be on top. Does that make sense? Maybe this is already chaos. Okay, I'm gonna use my colored mechanical pencils and just sort of scribble out some lines across the page. Then I'm gonna start in this corner over here and turn each of these lines into ribbons. And when I come to each like intersecting line, I'll decide which color goes on top. I'm sort of just mapping out a little plan here. And yes, this did take a long time, but it was weirdly relaxing and honestly probably the most mindless of all of the pages. I would 100% do this again. I did the other side off camera and then I erased it. Well, not actually erased it completely gone, but I rubbed a kneaded eraser over it to lighten the pencil as much as I could. Because I'm going to use alcohol markers to fill in each ribbon. Using alcohol markers was always my plan, but you can see why mapping it out first really helped. Alcohol markers won't cover another color, so I needed to be able to stop coloring and jump to the next section to make it look how I wanted it to look. And honestly, it was so satisfying to watch it fill the page color by color. And these colors are so pretty. They look like candy. I want to eat them. Now, while I was doing all of this, since it didn't require a lot of thought, my brain was working overtime and I got to thinking about wanting to do Create This Book 2 and Create This Book 3. I really want to start these, not only because they've been out for so long now and lots of other people are working on them, also because I want to try to do at least one of them with a theme. I've seen people do like a beach theme or a Harry Potter theme for the whole book, and I actually have a couple of themes in mind, but I'm thinking that might make it easier to come up with ideas for the really hard pages. But that's not actually what I'm thinking about while I'm working on this spread. I'm thinking that maybe I can do some like mega Create This Book episodes and do pages from all 3 books in each episode. Then I can start on Create This Book 2 and Create This Book 3, but not abandon Create This Book 1. Does that sound fun? Or does that sound too confusing? Anyway, obviously the last thing that I wanted to do on this page was go in with a fine liner and outline each ribbon. I feel like this really sort of brought home that they're all tangled up in each other. I started in one corner, sort of working my way down the page, but I eventually had to switch to working color by color. I just felt like I was less likely to miss any spots if I followed one ribbon all the way through. And I found a few places where even I cannot figure out how the ribbon connects. I originally drew them all in one continuous line, but somewhere along the way they got cut. So I guess that really is true chaos. I think that if I were to just show someone this page completed without them seeing the process, it really isn't that exciting. But I actually really like this page. It was so relaxing to do and the colors are so pretty. I kind of wish that I could pick the ribbons up off the page and start detangling them. Almost. So that's all the pages that I had time for this week. What did you think? Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.